Okay, can you say something real quick?
You you'll have to yell. You have to yell. Do you have another one? Because he's gonna talk too. And he's like, good, nobody can hear me. I'm like, I'll fix that.
Thanks.
Are we saying about each other or splitting up?
Probably split up on each side, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever you want to do.
Huh? I want to turn on this fan. I want to turn on this fan.
Turn it on. It'll blow in the mic the whole time.
Pretty
Nobody will be able to hear you.
butterflies.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Joe. I'm Nick with Pauline Associates, American Family Insurance. We like to thank the library for letting us use their space as we have no budget. We want to thank Scooter's Coffee for being the sponsor this month. And then we'll also encourage you guys to go out to book club, even if you haven't read the book. It's always good conversations. Last Wednesday of every month, right here. Without further ado, welcome Erika Jenkins with Queen Bee Boutique.
This one?
Towards the computer.
Yep. Okay, got it. Hi guys, I'm Erika Jenkins, like he said. This is my husband, Zach. We own Queen Bee Boutique. Some days he owns it, some days I own it. So it just kind of depends how mad he is at the day. No, how much shopping I've done, things like that. So we are located in Atchison. We're in downtown Atchison on 525 Commercial Street, which is like their historic downtown Main Street would kind of be like downtown St. Joe. It's really similar. All their historic buildings, businesses and stuff are down there. So we are, a lot of you I know where like Mill Hills was. We're on the opposite corner, same block. So we're right in that strip. Okay, let me click this thing. Again, I'm the owner. I try to do all the buying, setting up the store, running the girls, do the live sales, pick out everything that we got going on, see the day-to-day. I currently run our Facebook socials. I have a girl in-house that's doing our Instagram and some TikTok, kind of helping with that. Zach really helps with the tech stuff like he just did here because I couldn't get this to share. Our website, all the stuff, our store design layout. If I need like shelves hung, he literally does it for me. And then tells me to stop buying or, all that stuff.
All the time.
All the time. You have no more money, quit spending. No. Or you can spend or do this. So he really helps me with that because I get distracted with the day to day and he really kind of keeps me in line. So that's been good. We do have several girls. We have 3 college girls, I guess right now, and 1 high school girl that works our Saturdays. So that kind of helps get me off of the floor and just so I can do the other stuff behind the scenes, the buying, the purchasing, all the other things that I need to do and focus on that. Our next drops, our curated collections, focusing on live sales, the different things that we do. So they kind of come in and out, which gets kind of crazy with the college girl schedule. But I think we make it work. And then in the summer, they like to work all the time. So that's really great because my boys play baseball. So I'm always gone. Again, Olivia is our social media. She does all my pics and reels and contents and photography. She's really good at it. She's one of our college girls that really helps me do that because that takes a ton of our time. To do that. And then the rest of the time they kind of help out and just sales, general stuff on the floor and things that I need every day. Yeah, you were blocking it.
Sorry.
All right. Everybody kind of wanted to hear our story. So it's kind of a crazy journey. I did start Queen Bee as Queen Bee Jewelry in 2008. So I have a really big background in jewelry. I worked here at Nick of Time for like 15 years. I was certified as a gemologist and diamond grad with him, with Mark, if any of you know him, was his top sales associate for like 10 years. So I have a really big background in jewelry. So I decided to make my own handmade line. I like to do like silver and turquoise and stuff like that. So I started in 2008, just kind of hand making my own line. I did it for several years. I'd sell it like sugar plum or other pop-ups and things like that. then I kind of took a step back, had my little list, and we decided to go into like custom furniture and stuff. And that was right before the pandemic. So it was wildly popular because a lot of furniture stores and stuff were shut down. He was custom making furniture. I was painting, redoing antiques, any kind of thing like that we'd want to do. So we did that for several years. Then it kind of slowed down after the pandemic. And we were kind of tired of lifting really heavy furniture, truth be told. And we had a booth down at, West Bottoms. It was called Robin's Nest. We rented a space and we did furniture there for years. And finally it's like, I just think we're ready to kind of change. So a friend in Highland, Kansas, had a salon and she had just her. And so she had this whole building of space. And she's like, hey, would you want to just set your jewelry up in here sometime? I'm like, okay, that's fine. So we did. That went on for like 6 months, did really, really well. And then we decided to one day morph into the clothing side of it. And just kind of jumped in head first. And we did. So we quickly outgrew that space. I think we were there about a year in the salon. We started looking for more foot traffic, bigger space, all that stuff. I didn't realize how much room you needed for clothing versus my little jewelry pieces. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, we're out of room. So we found, we looked for a couple of months in Atchison, got hooked up with where we are now. In the Burger Building on Commercial Street and moved into there. We have a really great landlord. We love where we are. But we are looking for a bigger space again. So we're kind of full circle back to that same moment. And everybody asks, how'd you get your name? Where'd you get your name? Well, I actually have a very big ranching, farming, rodeo background. I was Miss Rodeo Iowa in 2006 and my uncle called me Queen Bee all the time. I don't know. So it just stuck. And one day mom was like, in 2008, she's like, what are you going to name your business? And I just said Queen Bee. And it's just been ever since. We've been Queen Bee Jewelry, Queen Bee Customs, and now we're Queen Bee Boutique. So we've morphed again. I would say most of our clientele in our target market right now is middle-aged working moms like myself. And then I do have all the way up 80, 90-year-old ladies, pretty much anyone. We are really working on, we have such a wide market. But we're working on getting our college girls, because you have BC down there, Benedictine, in, which is why I've got a couple college girls there. So we're kind of trying to add our college, I guess, niche into the flow. And that's been a challenge for me because I don't wear it, I don't look at it, and I don't buy what they wear. So it's been a learning curve and they've helped me. So we're kind of trying to infiltrate in and cater more to the college girls because we do have a town full of college kids. We're working all the time, as I'm sure all of you know, on your social media presence, target markets. We're constantly trying to expand our online, our website, all of that. Currently right now, I think we're touching at least a little bit of all of them: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. And then we have our e-commerce website that we run too. You want to take this one? No?
Go for it.
Tariffs affected us quite a bit in the beginning of the year. We've seen a greater decline, I think, recently. Some of that's went away, and other companies have figured out that we buy wholesale from have figured out how to absorb that. So it was pretty bad there, I think, in January, February, March for us, and then now it's kind of dissolved.
So the tariffs were a problem, and the other problem that we find is getting the product when we need it. So sourcing, companies would have it, and then you place an order, and then your order be canceled because they were sold out. So that's the other things that I think tariffs impacted was everybody's ability to buy and how much they were purchasing because you were paying those import taxes and stuff like that. So that's one of the things, that the cost of everything going up. And then it's hard for a lot of people to understand that we're not Walmart. So I don't have the buying capacity of Walmart.
Yeah.
So I can't purchase 40 runs of something to get my costs down. So people especially with smaller businesses like us, don't understand why pricing is what it is. And I think that's a hard thing for us to also explain, because people will come in and they'll look at the price and then it's like almost sticker shock, but it's just based on what we have to buy it at because of our buying capacity. So tariffs affect that quite a bit as well.
And then we do turquoise line. I love turquoise, if you couldn't tell. And it's all Native American made. I'm Native myself. So we try to source everything from like New Mexico, Arizona, some Colorado, a lot from Albuquerque. I have a lot of Navajo friends down there, but sterling cost has been through the roof. And it's because there's a little component that they use in stuff for AI. So, sterling costs have been astronomical this year. So sourcing my jewelry has been really tough. The artists are having a really hard time with it. So most of our handmade pieces, like from 150 are now like 550. So it's a really big increase with sterling silver. We do carry other lines. We have a moissanite line. We have Kendra Scott, Tory Burch. We occasionally have, like vintage luxury in there too. So we kind of have a little bit of everything. But our sterling cabinet is, pretty slim right now because it's so hard. And then nobody wants to buy that, because you're used to the other prices. So like he kind of mentioned, I'm constantly looking for a vendor that will meet our margin needs, but it's kind of like a one-stop shop. So I source from a lot of companies. I'd have to sit down and think, but to get this shirt or these shoes or this or that, I'm constantly buying all over the place. I wish just one vendor would have everything I needed and I could just go there and shop and get it and be done, but that hasn't happened yet. So, I don't know if I'm just that picky or what the deal really is, but nobody has just been a one-stop shop for me. So we're constantly looking for like ways I can cut down the buying time because that takes a lot of time. I do a lot of my buying online right now. We do go to market occasionally when we can. Again, my boys' sports schedule really kind of keeps us at home in the shop or near home because it's really hard. So we currently like to expand our square footage. So that's something that we're working on or trying to do right now, looking at getting a bigger space. There's been talks of staying where we are, but expanding it. We're waiting for another business to currently leave and move and renovate their space. There are some other places in town that are open, but we really don't want to move because you guys know what that's like. And all the problems that come with it. So we've been kind of waiting. We've definitely outgrown our space. We're packed in and we need much more. What do you think our current square footage is?
850, 900. Okay. It's not big, but it worked for us when we moved there.
It was really big when we first went.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my gosh, this is huge. Because we had like 200 square feet or something. So we're like, we'll never outgrow this. This is so big. We have so much room. And we're like spacing racks out, and then spacing them out.
And now
now I'm like,
probably
I can't move.
Double or triple that.
Yeah.
Is kind of where we'd like to be as far as size wise.
It is. It's been, a really good problem to have.
Yeah.
So we need that. We're constantly working on our online presence too. I think it's a lot like the old adage, leading a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So we get a lot of liquors on our website. It's just getting them. And then before we didn't really have a great website. We were with Square and now we're with Shopify. So it's much easier, but Square's e-commerce isn't good. So, our clients were trained to come to me, place an order, and I'd invoice them. And I think a lot of our old clients still are that way. So I'm like, no, you can just literally go on the website, get it, ship it, or pick it up. That's all you have to do. So getting them retrained has been really hard. And then we have some older clientele that just won't go to the website, which is fine. And then the socials, I think our biggest presence right now is probably Facebook. Mm-hmm. The girls are growing the Instagram because again, that's your younger generation that, I just don't do it. They do it and they do a great job. They do all the reels. So we're almost to 1,000 on Instagram, which I'm super excited about because we've been working really hard on it all year. Okay. Again, we're waiting for that square footage to open up or the right place. Everybody can probably feel this. Employees who are consistent and available when needed. Getting the hours covered when you have a brick and mortar being open. Again, working on our website and our socials. And the foot traffic was something we were discussing out in the hallway earlier. I think it's really dependent on the weather in Atchison because you can walk up and down Commercial. And so we've played with our hours a bunch. It's been all over the place. We were open like 6 days a week. Now we're down to like 3, just picking kind of the best days for us. Right now it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what we played with. We've tried to use our analytics and stuff to look at this day versus that day, and it's anybody's guess. So that's just kind of the challenges of the historic downtown, I think, or the weather. So, okay. Anybody have any questions?
Go ahead.
What do you think your percentage of sales are online versus in the shop?
Well, when I think online, I really think just our e-commerce site, but
Right.
it really does include Facebook and stuff too. And we have a lot on Facebook, off of Facebook. So
I'd say we're probably 70% in the store and probably 30% online. If you bring in the Facebook and all of that stuff.
mhm.
When people on Facebook, are they ordering something and picking it up? So you're not even having
Not usually. Most of those I ship.
So she does Facebook Lives. So basically showing big things, jewelry. She does do some clothing lives, which I think with the clothing, it's just more
Fit.
getting the product out there. And then we see a lot of people will come in, and buy it after the fact. Just because
Locally.
clothing online sizes and stuff. And this is one thing that I personally hate. So being a man, when I buy a size, it's the same size everywhere. For women's clothing,
Depends
she
on the
can
brand.
buy a small from 3 different vendors, and it is 3 different sizes. And it is frustrating.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
I don't know why. I don't understand it.
He
That's
doesn't
her
get
deal. But it is something that is frustrating because somebody will order a small and then they'll get it and they'll be like, oh, this is too big, or order a large, and they normally wear a large and it's oversized. So it fits like a 3X, and then
I would say 1 out of 10 on our Facebook Lives is probably local, and they're going to come in and pick up their order. I think
Yeah.
most of them are out of state. We ship all over. We have clients all over that we ship to on the lives.
Yep.
So I do a jewelry live, and then we do the clothing lives, both.
Okay, so it's on your Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Do you have a special group for that? I'm trying to remember. Is it a special group or do
Yep.
you just do it on your feed? Like it's
Yeah.
actual page?
Yep.
It's not a group.
Yeah. I have a VIP group, but I have found our older ladies have a really hard time finding it. They're like, I don't know where you're live at. We can't get in there. Even if you go live on an event, like you create the event, you go live through the event, they still have a hard time. So I usually just go, if we're going live, you just go on the main page. Yeah, because they can't find it. So, yes.
Out of your 70% in-store
Mhm.
sales, how many is Atchison and how many is like regional coming in?
Whew.
Estimate.
probably another 70-30, probably 70% Atchison, 30% regional.
Because we have Doniphan County.
we
We
do
do get
get-
some Leavenworth. We get some Weston. We occasionally get St. Joe people that are down like for the
and
day.
Then you'll get like
Horton,
EC parents. So
Holton
they do,
area
like parents weekend. A
and
lot
the
of
college.
a lot of the college parents will come in, or the college kids will bring their parents
Right.
in and be like, hey, I want this, So that does help a lot too.
Yeah, I'm poor by it.
Yeah, I would say probably 60 to 70%
Yeah.
is there. And then we do have, because we started in Highland, we do have that Doniphan County people that do come down and shop too and stuff. So that helps. I know you.
How deep, was there ever a time, since 2020, like I know our industry, that the premiums are like 60 to 80% up across the board,
Mm-hmm.
total.
Mhm.
And whenever we were in another business, the price of eggs went from $1 to $3, right?
Mhm.
Well, in my mind, I don't care. I can swing $2. But with your price of gold and silver these days, did you ever just consider, let's just put this on hold because, how do you buy it
Yeah.
at $5.50?
Yeah.
And then the price goes in half, God forbid it would.
Right.
And then you're trying to sell a product that essentially people might think is overpriced, but good for you for knowing your value.
Right.
And on the other side of it, sometimes you buy well and you make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So we have really cut back the jewelry side. If I could have a whole store of the jewelry, I probably would, but it's really been condensed. I'm very picky, very selective. Sometimes I can find old silver prices, as they're calling it. Sometimes the artists have gotten kind of well, they've gotten very resourceful, reusing and kind of repurposing and melting and just really putting their scraps together, because you have to, right, at that price. So it's been better. It's just sourcing. I can't just go, I want 10 of these now, right? You know, I'm like, I'll take that one, and that one, because I know those will sell. So I've just been a lot more picky and really slimmed it down, because of the metal market being what it is. And then I do a lot of like pre-order or custom order. Like I have somebody come to me, I need a strand of Navajo pearls. Okay, we'll go find this. This is what the price is going to be though. And then we get it in versus kind of having me stock it. But yeah, the jewelry's been tricky. It's been up and down.
That could be a sales opportunity right there. Somebody's in the store, they're looking at a piece of jewelry. It's like, hey, that's the only one.
It is. It is.
You know, I mean.
Yeah, and it truly is. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the one thing with like native pieces, they are all one of a kind. They're not mass produced. There's not another one. So those are all one of a kind. Now the other stuff like Kendra and Tori and all those are mass produced. But, yeah, the turquoise is truly one of a kind pieces. But then you're getting really into the artisan, handcrafted, you know, and you're paying for that too. And you're supporting their lifestyle, which is the way, you know, reason I like to do it. And it's always better quality. So, but they're heavier pieces and a lot more sterling. So the price is more. Yes.
Do you guys do any like I call them like, I don't know what they're pop-up shops? I know like Overland Park does.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yep. So we did the Overland Park Holiday Boutique again. I personally do not like that one. I probably will never go back. It was insane. We do Sugar Plum every single year out at Albright. 10 years probably I've done it. I don't know. But we go every year. I love that show.
Staple.
It's a good one.
It's our favorite show.
This year, instead of doing Overland Park, we're going to their sister show in Des Moines. And then we do Junior League in Wichita. And then I do some small pop-ups around, like we might go to Holton or Hiawatha or, you know, like a one-day craft thing here and there. Not as much anymore. I think I'm just getting too old for all the work for the 4 hours or 5 hours. If the girls want to go, I'm like, here you go.
Yeah.
But if I got to go, I mean, I'd rather set up and be there for 4 days than 4 hours. It's about the same amount of work. So, yes, we do travel and but those are all October, November, early December. So we're really, really busy in the fall. Yeah, we'll be gone like the first 2 weeks of November. For shows.
So high and you want to still support a Native American thing. Have you thought about the bead work? Like my daughter-in-law's
Yep.
Woodland Cree from Alberta.
Yeah.
She's like, silver isn't our thing. Ours is all bead work.
Right. I don't seem to have the clientele for it. Like, I love your earrings. I would totally wear them all, and I have beaded stuff too. They just don't. I don't know if it's just too Southwestern, you know, we're in the Midwest, pretty far from Arizona, but I do have some that would buy it, but just not as much. It sits for me. Yeah, it sits for me. Yeah. Yeah.
Much of your stuff is Native American?
Of the jewelry part?
Yeah,
The jewelry, well, we just have the jewelry. We don't have any native like clothing. But the jewelry is at least 50. I'd say 50%.
How much of your clientele comes from Horton, Hiawatha, White Cloud, that area? Do you know? Can they afford that stuff? I mean, I'm just because of the handmade.
So with the turquoise jewelry pricing, if you look at, we sell it under what the suggested retail is. If you were to go to New Mexico, Arizona, that area, you're going to pay probably twice what we sell it
Probably
for,
4 times.
or more, depending on what it is. So we don't honestly get a great margin on it, but it is something that she likes.
I'm going to buy it anyway,
well,
right?
It's more of a near and dear to her heart kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's supporting the native stuff. So do what?
No, not locally. No.
So we don't do probably as good as we could on it. But we do good enough. It's okay.
I guess we've kind of learned over the years too.
If we were in Arizona, we would do a lot better.
Yeah.
I appreciate what you did. That's a great
And I have some people that are strictly only buy it if it's native made, because there's a lot of turquoise that's just what we call Southwestern handmade, and it's made in Arizona using the same stones, but it's any artist, right?
What's the criteria for native?
You have to be 50% Native American blood.
Right, but it also has to be all completely handmade. Nothing
yeah.
stamped.
So the chain, everything, all the components have to be hand wrought in silver. You can't use like a pre-made chain or pre-made clasp or a button bezel. Everything has to be done. They handcraft the entire thing, cut the stone, weld it all together, make it all completely. So, and Southwestern, they can use prefab products.
You've been holding your hand up for a while.
Yes. I keep looking over you.
So a CRM to stay in front of the customers that you know are buying from you to like capture their info.
So we do use Shopify. Shopify is like our point of sale, so it has all of that customer facing, capturing their emails, all that. And
Phone number.
We do send some like emails out to our customers as far as like email marketing, things like that. What I've found for us is it doesn't really move the needle. I honestly couldn't tell you why. I think honestly, my opinion is it's because of the demographic. Like she said, a lot of the older ladies that we have come in don't look at it, don't care. But we were super consistent at it for quite a while, and it didn't really move the needle for us with the email marketing and stuff like that. So we kind of backed off of it because for me, why I can spend time on something else that's going to see a benefit.
Yeah.
We may go back to it as we start to get a younger.
It's something we're constantly growing, the email it,
but
capturing that info, whether we've used it much or not. Yeah.
Are both of you full-time in the business?
No.
Just me.
She's full-time in the business. I work a 9 to 5, and I do help as much as I can, evenings and all that stuff. So.
Yes.
So, instead of a bigger building, have you thought about a second location?
Oh my God, no.
We did. So I did. She probably hasn't. I did. And from the financials. So the one thing for me that makes me leery of it is we have a hard time staffing the first location.
Yeah.
She spends a lot of, especially during the week,
covering.
her hours are spent there.
Yeah. If I had somebody like a second me, maybe, that I could just be like, I know, right. If you could just man that shop, but we have enough problems with covering the first one.
We've thought about it. I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Finding the right area would be the first thing. Yes, we have thought about potentially expanding to a second store. Maybe that's the way to go rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna smack you.
Yep.
Yep.
Small. Have one of your gals go on Tuesday is we're open 1 day a week in work. 1 day a week in West. If it would make sense.
Yeah.
Like maybe some of your middle-aged folks aren't minding you. So
right.
Back to what you would say, like a database, CRM.
Yeah.
To really market to
drive that.
All of your folks that have visited your place.
Yeah.
Just extra work.
Because we are spread around. Got a big circle.
Or even instead of that, like I don't know anything about the college sports that recently showed that has like
I heard about that.
Of like even maybe like so you're not having a second physical location, you have a booth there, and then also you have to man it because I'm thinking they take care of you, correct? I don't think you can't state your booth.
Yeah.
There.
They kind of rotate their people with booths to walk.
Work and yeah. That's what we used to do down in West Bottom.
So we've done that, and the biggest thing that we've found when we first started, we did a lot of the jewelry stuff up. I can't remember the place it was up north where, what is it? Anyway, we had a lot of loss, a lot of things walk out, a lot of
The jewelry,
things
yeah.
being taken, stolen, whatever it may be. So if it's not watched, at least somewhat, because that's we ended up leaving there because we were taking quite a bit of a hit on the loss. So.
She wants you to shut up.
Sorry.
No, I don't. Okay, so thank you so much
Yes.
for coming in.
Thanks. Yep.
They will be here after Tuka Joe, so if you guys have any more questions, advice,